Over the next 7 hours, I'm going to hand you everything that you need to know to become a profitable day trader this year, even if you've never opened a chart in your entire life. And this information is coming from my 9 years of experience doing this professionally at this point. I'm going to walk you through what day trading is, how to read charts, mastering candlesticks, choosing the right platforms, and I'm going to give you guys the exact strategies that I personally use every single day to make 6 figures a month with trading. I'm going to break down my short but effective daily trading routine, how to scale your account the right way without blowing it, what to actually do when you hit a losing streak. I'm going to show you how to use other people's money to trade with so you don't have to risk a single dollar of your own. I'm gonna be completely honest, people charge thousands of dollars for less than what I'm about to give you guys in this video. And I'm giving it to you for the freebies. I'm giving it to you for $0. I'm giving it to you for nada. So take this seriously. Anyways, who am I? My name is Juvir, and like I said, I've been day trading for over 9 years now. In that time, trading has completely changed my life. I was able to buy my first home for over $1 million. I bought my wife her dream car. I bought myself my dream car. And most importantly, I gained financial freedom, time freedom, and location freedom. I can literally live wherever I want to. I can buy whatever I want to. I can take care of my entire family and my friends. I'm married, I have 2 kids. I'm able to provide for them and give them a lifestyle that I never even knew was possible. Now, over the last 9 years, I've consistently been able to make 7 figures a year with trading. And in the process, I've helped over 24,000 people learn how to change their lives with trading too. And that's why I'm not holding back anything in this video, because I want you to have the skill that can set your entire family free the same way it's done for me. Now, I'll be honest, I almost didn't make it to where I am now. The first trading video I ever watched was some old guy on YouTube, and every single thing he said, it sounded like straight Chinese, Japanese, every single other needs that I don't understand. He overcomplicated it so much that I actually quit for a period. I tried drop shipping, I tried Amazon FBA, I tried affiliate marketing, I tried so much foolishness, and I wasted so many years, and I lost so much money chasing all these other kind of make money online things. And it's really because I was convinced that trading was too hard for someone like me. I thought it was only for a specific kind of people, or only rich people, or only this demographic of people. And the worst part is that almost a decade later, people are still teaching it the same exact way that almost made me quit years ago. They're overcomplicating it. They're making it full of a bunch of jargon. It's designed to make you feel stupid, so you go and buy their course or something like that. I don't know why they do that foolishness, but that's not what this is. I teach it so simple that a 10-year-old can follow it. I know that because I've actually been able to teach a 10-year-old how to trade. So if you're over the age of 10, you stand a pretty good chance. Now, I have to be real with you guys. Trading is not a get rich quick thing, and don't believe a single person that ever tells you that. It took me personally over 3 years to get to where I am now. But if I had a video like this when I first started off, it would have saved me tons of losses, tons of sadness, tons of trial and error, and tons of money. Realistically, most people know that day trading can be hard, but the hardest part is doing it alone. And trust me, from all the people that I've helped at this point, the ones who do the best are the ones who have at least one person on the journey with them. So before we get into this, I highly suggest that you guys share this video with a friend or a family member or a group so you can support each other on this path. And I'm not just saying that to get more views. I promise you guys, if I could teleport back in time and have somebody else to learn trading with, I 100% would. It would have been a lot more entertaining. It would have been a lot more easy for me to stick to trading if I had somebody else doing it with me. So share it with whoever that person is that you're thinking of, or whoever that group of people is that you're thinking of. But with that being said, grab some paper, a pen, something to drink, and maybe even your favorite snack, because over the next few hours, not only will you and I become very good friends, but we'll be diving deep into a topic that can change your life forever. Let's jump into it. Now, first of all, what the heck even is day trading? Now, I feel like so many people make it way more complicated than it actually is. It's simply you buying a stock or you buying a crypto and you selling it within the same day. This is completely different from what you probably grew up hearing about, which is like the typical investing where your parents or your grandparents or whoever told you to buy a stock and then hold it for freaking 30, 40 years, hoping that you get rich. This is not that. Day trading allows us to enter and buy whatever it is and sell it multiple times in one day to be able to make a lot of money based off of small fluctuations. So instead of us waiting for, let's say, the stock of Tesla to go from $100 to $300,000 and make us a whole bunch of money, we can make money if Tesla is at $100 and then it goes to $101. Like, we can make a lot of money versus with regular investing, you'd only make $1, right? There's other benefits to it as well, being that if you have a stock and the price of the stock goes down, you lose money. You cannot make money if the stock price goes down. But with day trading, we can. We can make money no matter if the stock goes up or the stock goes down. And it doesn't take too much time at all. In this video, we'll kind of dive into how much time and how I trade, so I'm not stuck here at my computer for freaking 300 hours a day, and I can just do what I need to do. I can make my money with trading, and I can just go enjoy the fruits of my labor. But that's essentially what day trading is in the simple form. Now, before we get into like the strategies and the platforms and all that cool fun stuff, I feel like I need to bust some myths first, because you guys probably have all these assumptions about day trading that you've heard either online or from your parents or all this stuff, and I just want to set these things straight. This is coming from someone who has been trading for over 9 years at this point. All right, so the first myth that I usually hear all the time is that day trading isn't a real career. You're probably gonna hear this from boomers and freaking old people or people that have never even tried day trading. But the truth is that day trading is honestly one of the oldest professions that there is. It's one of the oldest careers that there are. Banks, hedge funds, Wall Street, prop firms, private equity companies, they all have teams that are literally made to trade. Like, they literally put millions, if not billions of dollars into day trading. You go to the bank, you deposit money into the bank. What do you think they do with your money? They don't just sit there and hold the money inside your bank. No, they go and trade using your money and leveraging your money so that they can make even more money. So yes, day trading is a real career. Now, the next myth that I hear a lot is that day trading is just like gambling. Gambling, like going to the casino, playing blackjack. I gamble, right? I don't gamble. I have gambled. I'm not like addicted to gambling or something, but I've gambled before. I've played blackjack. I've played roulette. I've lost money each and every time. Day trading is not like gambling for a few reasons. Gambling essentially is just random luck. Trading, you have the opportunity to use a defined edge from a tested strategy, and you have the opportunity to use risk management. All these things probably sound crazy to you, but trust me, by the end of this video, it's all going to make sense. But you have your edge that you've tested, you have your strategy that you've tested, you are able to manage your risk, and you are able to essentially win just like most casino owners win versus the people that actually go to the casino and lose. Now, I'll be honest, trading without a system, that is pure gambling. Like, when somebody comes on here, if like a new trader comes and then you just randomly end up buying or randomly end up entering a sell position or something like that, that's gambling. But what I'm teaching inside this entire course, it's not gambling. I teach you how to make it more structured and actually have a system behind what you are doing. Now, myth number 3 is that you can't actually make money doing this. People think that. People tell me that all the time. I am on social media. I post my trades consistently. I've done that consistently for over 6 years now. And you would not understand or realize how many people message me and say, yeah, you made $10,000 on that trade, but can you actually withdraw that? No, I'm just doing this for freaking fun. Yes, I can withdraw the money. All the money that you make with trading, you can withdraw that. You are able to pay your rent, buy vacations, buy a car, freaking buy sneakers, ball out at the Louis Vuitton store, whatever you want to do. This is actual real money that you can put inside of your bank account and do whatever the heck you want to do with it. Really, majority of people that don't actually make money with day trading, it's either because they don't have a strategy and a system, which we're going to completely go over inside this video, or they over leverage, meaning they don't have any type of risk management, which again, we're going to go completely over inside this video, or they quit too early. Trust me, I don't think if you watch through this entire video that you're the type of person to quit. Now, I wanted to quit multiple times in my journey, especially in the beginning when I wasn't actually making money. But I'm going to give you guys the secret that kept me going and how I keep other people motivated to stick through to actually see the results with day trading. Now, myth number 4 is that people think you need tens of thousands of dollars to start. They think only rich people day trade. They think that you need to have literally hundreds of millions of dollars to be able to actually see results and make money with trading, and that's wrong. It's actually extremely wrong, and I'm going to give you guys a cheat code later on inside this video where you don't even have to use your own capital. But the truth is, you don't need to risk thousands of dollars of your own money. You can use prop firm capital, which is what we'll get into later on. You can trade their money, meaning you don't have to risk your own money, and you get to keep most of the profits. Most of the time, you get to keep 80 or 90% of the profits that you make using other people's money. Like I said, we're going to dive really deep into that later on inside of this video. Myth number 5 is people think they have to spend all day trading or all day at the charts. But the truth is that once you know your strategy, the entire trading day can take 30 to 45 minutes. I'm going to show you guys exactly how later on inside this video, but here's a quick little rundown of how my day looks and how I teach people to have their day look when it comes to trading. I've taught people that are full-time in school, people who have full-time careers, and they still have enough time to trade because of the way that I trade and because of the way that I teach how to trade. So the first 5 minutes is honestly you just marking up your charts or planning out your trades. The next 10 minutes, you're doing a little bit of back testing, which we'll get into later on inside of this video. And then it takes about another 5 minutes to just plan out the exact entry that you're going to have and kind of build the game plan for that trade. And then it's going to take you about 10 to 20 minutes for you to set alerts. You're going to wait for your entry. Once the alert goes off, you're going to place the trade, and then you're literally just going to walk away. That's it. And then another 2 minutes, once your trade ends up winning, you're just going to review the trade because you always want to learn from every single trade that you take. That way you can be better for the next trade. And you're going to review the trade and then another 3 minutes to journal the trade. That's all part of reviewing it and making sure you're tracking it, making sure you're being able to learn from your mistakes and also learn from your wins. This is literally exactly how my day looks every single morning. The same exact thing over and over again. And it's not me sitting here with 300 million screens and taking 14 hours out of the day to trade. Now, the next myth is that day trading is a get rich quick thing. I do not want you guys to think that you guys are going to watch through this video, then tomorrow you're going to be making $100 million. That is not the thing. Trading is a skill, like a life skill that once you learn this, it's something that you can not only use to get yourself financial freedom, give your family financial freedom, but also something you can teach and pass down to your kids. Like the real timeline for me, it took over 3 years to be able to start being consistently profitable. I was not consistently profitable for an entire 3 years. But I'll be honest, if I had the video that I'm making for you guys right now, I would have saved myself a drastic amount of time. And in my inner circle, when I'm working with people one-on-one to get them to profitable or get them to actually be able to consistently make money trading, I'm able to get them to that point a lot faster than it took me. This is usually how I like to set expectations for people, right? And I'm not saying that this is going to be you. I have people that have done this faster. I have people that have taken longer to do it. I personally took longer to do it. But the first 1 to 2 months, you're going to be on a demo account only. This is when you're learning the charts, you're learning candlesticks, you're learning your strategy, and you're probably going to feel extremely lost. After watching this video, you might be a little bit better, but you're still going to feel pretty lost. But then the next 2 to 3 months, you're going to be able to build your edge through hundreds of practice trades. This is like your testing phase or your back testing phase. I mentioned back testing a little second ago, and later on inside this video, we're going to dive into exactly what that is and show you exactly how to do it. But that's usually the route that I is next on this whole learning process of learning how to trade. But then from months 3 to 12, that's when most people start seeing their first profits. They have their first small live trades. They might get some prop firm accounts, and then they start getting their first payouts, meaning they're able to start taking money out and paying for things with the money they made from trading. And then honestly, after that first year, the next 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, 10 years is all about scaling. It's all about getting more consistent with the way that you're trading and leveraging the knowledge that you already have to make even more money. Now, another myth I hear a lot is that you need like a freaking crazy setup. Like they think my computer right here, I have 3 monitors. I ain't gonna lie, I do have 3 monitors, but you don't need this. Most of the time when I'm traveling, like if I'm in Dubai or if I'm in any other country, honestly, I just have a laptop. That's it. And that's all I need. Like you don't need 30 million screens. Some people think you need like a crazy gaming computer or you need like, I don't know, some super expensive computer. As long as you have a laptop, anything that is from the last 5 years, honestly, if it's from the last 10 years, it might still work. It'd probably be a little bit slow. I would probably get irritated with it. But if you have a working laptop, if you have a monitor, one screen is fine. You don't need multiple monitors. And if you have solid internet, you're going to be good. You can even do this from your phone. Like there's multiple times when I'm out and about and I'll trade from my phone. Now, I wouldn't suggest you learn how to trade from your phone or from like an iPad, just because in my personal opinion, it's a little bit harder to get I guess familiar with trading on such a small screen. So I would suggest you learning how to trade from a computer or from a laptop or whatever it is. But then once you're comfortable with it, you can trade straight from your phone. Like I literally have made hundreds of thousands of dollars trading from my phone, and you're perfectly fine with that. So that essentially covers most of the myths that I hear around on social media and things like that. A lot of things that stop people from getting into trading. Hopefully I can clear that up for you guys. Trust me as a beginner and a lot of people that I work with in my inner circle have the same exact questions when we first start off, or the same exact false beliefs. So I just wanted to make it clear and plain that these are just myths. This is not real life. This is not how real trading actually looks. But at the same time, I don't fault you for thinking or believing those myths, because like I said, me and the people inside my inner circle, all the beginners that I work with, we all went through the same thing. We all thought the same exact thing. All right, now let's go into the types of day trading. I kind of mentioned a little bit earlier that there are multiple different types of things that you can trade. So let's dive into that. And then also I'm going to tell you guys why I trade this specific thing, which is futures. So there's really 5 major markets that most people trade. There's the futures market. That's what I trade. There's the Forex market. I traded Forex market for the first, 5 years of my trading career. There's the stock market, there's the options market, and there's the crypto market. Keep in mind, I have traded every single one of these markets, and I've made money in every single one of these markets. I started with crypto originally, and then I got into Forex, and then obviously I had stocks along the way, and then I got into options, and then I got into futures, and now I mainly trade futures. Now, depending how old you are, you probably remember back in 2019, 2020, when you would walk in the mall and random people would come up to you and say, Forex this, Forex that, like try and get you to be on a Forex IML wave or whatever. Forex is not that scammy thing that you thought about before, where you had to get recruited into a group and then they rented out Airbnbs and y'all was just chanting Forex, Forex, whatever the heck them people used to do. That's not what Forex is. Forex essentially is just trading currencies, meaning you're trading, let's say, the price of or the value of $1 versus the value of like the Japanese yen, right? If you've ever traveled outside the country and you would exchange, let's say 100 of your US dollars, and they gave you a certain amount of whatever that local currency is, that's all Forex is. Like it always fluctuates. Like in Dubai, they have the AED, and $1 is worth 3.67 AED. But sometimes $1 is worth 3.61 AED. So trading Forex is simply trading the fluctuations between 2 different currencies put together. That's what Forex is. Stocks, you're really trading companies, as you probably know, like if you're buying a stock of Tesla or Apple or Amazon, that's essentially what stocks are. That's what your parents probably told you about, just buying the stock and holding it until eternity. Then there's options trading, which you can trade options or contracts of stocks. It's in simple terms, very high level, simple terms. It's just a leveraged version of trading a stock. Then there's obviously crypto. You've probably heard of Bitcoin. You've probably heard of Ethereum, Solana, things like that. That's mostly trading crypto coins. And the cool thing about trading crypto is that it is 24/7 with all the other things we talked about, futures, Forex, stocks, and options. It does have days or hours of the day where you can't actually trade it. But with crypto, you can trade it literally whenever you want to. But I trade futures, and this is why. This is a few reasons why, I should say. So futures for me is best for day trading. It's best for catching these short moves. It's not really good for holding it long term, but that's not what me as a day trader does on a consistent basis. I just want to get in and out of trades, and futures allows me to do that very simply. It also has very clean price action, meaning there's less like manipulation and scamming. With Forex, in the Forex space, they have all these different brokers that are owned by like regular people like you and me. And what they'll do is they'll make you lose trades so that they can make more money. There's none of that with futures because it's completely regulated, meaning they have to follow the rules or they will get shut down or sued or go to jail and things like that. So that's why another reason why I love futures, because it is regulated. The next point is that you're allowed to trade with leverage. Similar to how options trading is, how I mentioned you can trade with leverage or be able to make a lot more money with less money. It's also with futures as well. You just get to take bigger positions without having a whole bunch of money inside of your account. And then it's super prop firm friendly, meaning you're able to get funding from other people and trade their money in the futures market. For me, it's the simplest one to learn out of all them. But once you learn futures trading, you can transfer that knowledge over into Forex. You can transfer it to options, stocks. You can transfer it to all the other different markets. And that's what I've done. As I mentioned, I started on all these other ones, and learning one market allowed me to easily transfer into the other market. But if you learn futures, I got to futures kind of late. But if you start in futures, you would actually be able to transfer that knowledge very easily into any of the other markets and be able to profit from that once you've mastered futures trading. All right, so now let's understand the major things that we're actually trading in futures, meaning the major pairs or the major tickers that we're trading. Because as futures traders, we're able to trade really a bunch of different things. We're actually able to trade indices, which is basically stocks, like a group of stocks. That's one indice. You're able to trade energies, like you can trade natural gas or crude oil. You're able to trade agriculture. You're actually able to trade like corn and things like that, which I've personally never done, but I'm sure somebody out there is making money trading corn futures. But there's a bunch of things that you can actually trade, but I just want to go over the major ones that most people end up trading. I'll give you guys kind of which one I like trading, or which ones I personally like trading, and I'll tell you guys exactly why. So I guess first starting off, these are the major four Forex pairs that most people trade. I say pairs, sometimes I'll say pairs, sometimes I'll say tickers, sometimes I'll say contracts. Like right here, you'll see this is ES, that is the ticker, which simply just means the shorter version of whatever it is that we're trading. Like this ticker is ES, but we're actually trading the S&P 500. This